Come on.
Verse number 12. Honor thy father and thy mother.
Now check this out. It says, honor thy father and thy mother. Chapter and verse again.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 12.
Read it again.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Come on.
That thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Now, some people might ask, what does that mean by honoring their mother or father? Because guess what? This evil and perverse nation have told us that we can outright disrespect our parents and be absolved. God takes that up. I hear so many people think they can outright just come out talking about what they didn't get growing up and how their parents was this and how dare you? Your behind wouldn't be here breathing if it wasn't for your mother and father, your ungrateful behind. And that's how the Most High is looking at you. How can you honor your father in heaven when you can't honor your father on earth? Regardless of what happened, the Most High seen fit to use these people to bring you here. So let me give you some examples of dishonoring mother and father, because we have a culture now where children are separated from their parents, psychologically first in these institutions they call school. To try to make your child believe that he or she can make a decision outside of the authority of their fathers and mothers. Oh yeah, well your child wanted the vaccine, the HPV vaccine. Will convince your child that their parents are dumb or irresponsible. Only Satan would set up a system like this.
Or she wanted the abortion.
Oh yeah,
you didn't know she was pregnant in the first place.
Yeah.
And here it is, your child, your daughter your underage daughter is able to go down to some clinic and get an abortion without your knowledge.
Exactly. And they have it right there in the schools. Sometimes you can't speak to your parents. We'll keep it anonymous. Anonymity. We'll keep it anonymous. Don't worry about it. You know, they don't understand what you're going through. Where the Satanists can understand. Let's give some examples here. Mm-hmm. Elder Lawyer. Let's grab Exodus 21. Exodus 21 and 15. Read that.
Exodus 21 verse 15.
Yeah.
And he that smiteth his father or his mother.
That means you hit your mother or father. Some people think that they can actually fight their parents. And these are things we see on like World Star Hip Hop, where the other nations are looking at our people and making mockery of us because there is no code. If you can outright just slander your mother and father and say things publicly to demean your own legacy, because when you talk about your parents, the people you're talking to are looking at you sideways. Because why? It's obvious. It's obvious they produced you. Okay? Understand that. Certain things are supposed to stay in-house. Okay? And we have people fighting their parents, calling their parents out. I've seen tweet arguments between father and mother. Mother, where you have a guy say, "Well, he ain't my father," blah 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 blah, and all this. Yeah, if I see that N-word, I'm like, what? Let's read the law. Let's read it. See, and guess what? I don't want to hear no crap about black people out there talking about we need a code. When how many thousands of years this code has been here, not upheld within our communities. People who claim to be spiritual and following the Bible. I don't know, man. Oh, we need some answers. How long it's going to be before we finally come together and get a code? We're reading it. Let's read it. Say it again, Elder Lawyer. Come on.
Exodus 21 and 15. And he that smiteth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death.
The Most High wasn't playing with this. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these judgments are going on even till this day, but a lot of people are too disconnected spiritually to understand it. The Bible says the wages of sin is death. You see how people dying exponentially, shoot each other, children dying early and all that? When you do the background on a lot of these people that are dying, these were people that were known on the block for disrespecting their own parents, not following their parents, not listening to their parents, sneaking out the back, doing all types of stuff. And the Most High said, you know what? Even though you have forgotten the law and you don't want to do what's right, I'm snatching you according to Leviticus. You're going to listen to some parent, because guess what? You are about to see me. Okay? So a lot of the death you're seeing is the law that's written of in the Bible. A lot of people don't even know we're being judged by the law, by outright disrespecting our parents and others. And people say, well, hold up, how is that true? If they don't know the law, shouldn't they know any better? Nah. The Most High has given us a conscience. Exactly. The conscience of this law is within our genetics. You know you're doing wrong when you're doing it. The Bible, the words of God, only confirms what was in your conscience.
Mm-hmm. As the scriptures say, do not even nature itself teach you.
Exactly.
You, nature, you know right from wrong.
Exactly.
Simple and plain. It don't take no big theological discussion to know that stealing is wrong, or that killing or sleeping with somebody.
Exactly. You don't have to be a theologian scholar.
Right.
Well, hold up. Well, I didn't know the precept, so it was okay. And I got your wallet until I find the precept. No, stealing is wrong, right? That's all right. Come on, lawyer. Let's go.
Yes,
one more.
I have one more after that as well.
Okay, let's get Leviticus 21 and 17.
Leviticus 21, verse number 17.
Read.
Speak unto Aaron, saying, whosoever he
be.
Leviticus
21 and 17.
21 and 17?
Yeah.
Okay. It says here, speak unto Aaron, saying, whosoever.
No, I was at 21 and 15, and it says, and he that smiteth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. You got that, right?
Yeah, that was Exodus 21, 15.
Exodus 21 and 15.
Yes, sir.
And get Exodus 21 and 17. That's what, I'm sorry.
Exodus 21, verse 17. And he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death.
He that curseth his mother or father shall surely be put to death. Don't tell me that the Bible's tampered with and we can't use these codes to better our community. If we were to implement this, everything I've just mentioned up until this time, our community would be changed overnight. Don't have no other God, so you can't come here with your religion and set up businesses in our neighborhood. We don't know you or your God. Get out of here. Okay? We're going to only do business with people we respect and honor, and who's going to keep the legacy of Israel in the earth. And respect the 12 tribes of Israel and the God we serve. If you want to do business with us, then you have to let us know what God you serve first. No more capitalizing off of us, off of our ignorance. Right? Think about that. No idols. We don't want to buy your idols. No, we don't want your African mask. We don't want your Hotep, your Hotep hairpiece. We don't want none of that. Okay? We don't want your King Tut statue. Mm-hmm. We don't want your picture and cross of who you call Jesus, Cesar Borgia. Okay? This is our code. This is the code that our God gave the children of Israel coming out of Egypt. This code fix our people overnight. We'll be done. We'll be fixed. The Most High says, oh, she cursing? He's cursing his mother and father? In the Old Testament, before Christ came on the scene, you know what the answer to that was? Let's go for a walk. And you hear a scream. They would throw the child or the teenager, whoever, they throw him off a mountain. You hear him screaming, ah, yeah, there it is. Problem fixed. You said what, boy? Let's go for a walk. Like, yo, man, what happened to Junebug?
Right.
Hey, Junebug went for a trip. Okay. Come on, let's go.
Yes, sir. Let's add one more behind that. A lot
Yeah.
of people ask the question, well, what if my father and mother weren't the best father and mother,
Yeah.
growing up and things of that nature? Now, we know we have a lot of horror stories out there, so we can't account for every single person's situation and all those things that took place.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it says here in the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 1, "Hear me, your father, O children, and do after that ye may be safe. For the Lord have given the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Whoso honoreth his father maketh atonement for his sins. He that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure. Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children, and when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother. He that feareth the Lord will honor his father, and will do service unto his parents as unto his master. Honor thy father and thy mother, both in word and deed, that blessing may come upon thee from them." Jumping down here, it says, verse number 12, "My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not, when thou art in thy full strength. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten, and instead of sins it shall be added to thee to build thee up."
Look at that. That's a blessing. You see your mother and father in a bad way, and you take measures to help them in their age like they did for you as a baby when you couldn't help yourself. Okay? That's the Bible. There's a reward. The Most High say he'll cover sin if you look out for your mother and father in their aged, during the time of their aged. He'll cover sins of the past for that. But you'll have our people get on these talk shows and it's tough. Yeah. And I've seen this where his sister said, yeah, look, because she was living, well, father was living in her house. And this sister said to her father, yeah, you didn't think that I was going to turn out to be without anything, did you? Now you need me. She said that to her father because the father needed a place to stay. And now she's going to rub it in his face that he must have favored the other children, but she's the one here for him. Let me tell you, boy. Well, man, let me tell you. I'm glad I was raised differently. My father would have took his last breath, on his last breath, to get enough strength in his right arm to slap the soul out of my body, and I would have to snap back in it. But my father, at his last breath, even if it would have meant his death with that backhand, he would have sent it, and I would have deserved it. Okay. I couldn't believe. I'm looking online. I'm hearing this stuff. She's ridiculing her father, saying, well, yeah, you staying with me now. Here it is. The other children, what they doing for you? And I'm the one you didn't think would amount to nothing. I'm like, what the what? Woo! Come on.